Good morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So this week I got something a little bit different. I'm trying to get into the habit of making videos and getting more comfortable talking on camera, which is not something I think you realize you're good at ever until you do it, and turns out I don't think I'm very great at it, but I'm trying to practice. So anyways, whatever. Last week I was out jet skiing for my birthday, and that was pretty cool. And this week I was like, man, I need to keep that going. What's something that I can record that it's also super cool that I am just in love with? And this thing right here is just a tank. This is a bad boy lawnmower. This is the MZ Magnum, and I got her about a month ago. I've got, let me see how many hours I got on there. Come over here, see if you can see it on camera. 4.5 hours. So when I got it, I was way too excited to use it, and I was gonna film a first video with it, but I ended up just getting on and not getting off, and I cut the entire yard here, and it is already so overgrown. Those two piles are mine. I made those, and all of that was scattered just all around the yard. There's no way you could walk anywhere. There's still stuff sitting around that I've pulled out that I need to throw into these piles. And I will say, if you have any less of a yard than I do, this thing is going to be perfect for you, unless you have a tiny yard. But if you have any more than a yard than what I have, honestly, I put this thing through probably the hardest day of its life. I don't think it showed up here knowing what it was getting itself into, and neither did I. This was my first time really testing out the property line here and seeing how far out I can go, because we just bought the home here about a month and a half ago. So we're still getting used to all of the land and what's going on out there. And this thing has uncovered so much for me. I've found out so much about my property just from riding it around. So, but anyways, this thing is extremely easy to access. Check this out. Just lift that up, all your belts right there, easy access, and I'll turn it on and everything. I love the safety features on this thing too. Look at these tires. Oh man. Oh yeah. Air filter, super easy. Just boop, boop. I gotta blow that guy off later. So, the exhaust here. Your blade has got a 54-inch. And this thing honestly just ate my yard. It is, and I wanted to wait at least a little bit so I could get it overgrown, because I'm gonna put my GoPro on and we're just gonna ride around and cut the grass together and see if it's something that, you know, you might be interested in too, because honestly, this one was the coolest looking one sitting out there. Like, and just all the reviews, the way it's built, I love it. I'll turn it on here. Get this guy. I got Mr. Grabby here. That's my wife's, but just in case I need to grab something, I can stick my little grabby tool out. So this here is your start position with your handles out. Full tank of gas, and parking brake. Boop, boop. Real easy. Choke, just pull it up. There we go. Blade, these are your RPMs, and that's your stop and start. So I'm gonna set it right there. We're gonna pull choke up. You have to make sure your handles are in the outward position, because if your parking brake is not up or your handles aren't out, it will not start. It will stop on you. And if your blade is also on, it will not start either. So that's pretty much everything. Blade, blah, blah. Start her up. these guys all. So, anybody, hopefully everyone likes this thing. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite toys, and honestly, besides my Shelby, that was probably my favorite thing I've ever had. But then I got this thing, and I was like, I would ride on this thing all day long. Coolest lawnmower ever. All right, I guess we're gonna strap the GoPro on, and we're just gonna cut the grass. So, see ya in a bit. All right, everybody, welcome back. So, funny story, it's actually tomorrow now. I filmed about an hour after I finished filming the first video of me riding the lawnmower, and the angle was just terrible. It was just pointed downward, and my camera was pointed downward, and oh my gosh, it was an absolute nightmare. It was just a nightmare. So I'm going to try to get this a little bit better today. So I already cut this whole side over here, and we're gonna move on to this side. Honestly, I wanted to get on video probably this side more anyways, because this is where it's really bad. So we'll get to test out this lawnmower. I had to kill one copperhead after I got off the lawnmower yesterday. I was weed eating, and once you start cutting grass like this, like everything just starts moving around, and there's lizards and snakes and all kinds of stuff under there. So we'll see what we get into today. I mean, just clearing out as much as I can, and we'll get a little bit at a time, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and go onto that side over there. All right, point this upward. All right, so we're good to go. We are going to pull up the choke. Here's my pin. Let's see how that goes here. I got it on 3. That's the setting I got it on right now. Leaned over too much. Ugh. Forgot to put the flap down. Sorry, lawnmower.